Play widescreen game. We will go here. And then make sure you are picking up. You think you're picking up Oxenfree. Okay, let's see if that works visually. Let me click back over there. We can hear it. There it is. Content warning. Player choice is a central feature of Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals. The game contains playable scenarios which may cause mental or emotional discomfort. Play with care and visit nightschoolstudio.com/content warning for a list of potentially sensitive game content. Or in our case, we've got the link to Does the Dog Die? The difference is that Does the Dog Die is broken down by specific category and trigger, and then gives additional details as people who have played the game go in there and put it in. This game's about a year old, so the Does the Dog Die stuff is pretty solid. I might sneeze. Yep. Interesting. I just found a new feature of the Go XLR, and I don't know why it does that. But let's switch the category over as we're switching here and tab on in. Okay. Alrighty. This is funny because it actually has Uptown Harbor here twice, but the file 3 is our actual save game. File 1 was a test on this computer. I also really appreciate that the save games sync between computers. Very, very handy. There we go. So yes, so we need to place the final transmitter. We've placed 3 out of the 4. At this point, if you have not played Oxenfree 2, you may be entering into spoiler territory and trigger territory. So just a heads up on both of those. What we will be doing tonight is, of course, placing this transmitter and continuing the story with whatever comes from that in the placing of the previous 3. The first one, Jacob became possessed and wandered off on his own. We followed after him. He wasn't quite sure what was going on. And essentially, the spirits, if we want to call them that, ghosts is what they're referred to sometimes, but these broadcast entities, uh, good to know that if I click away, it even cancels out the loading process. It just like pauses everything. Um, okay, yes. So, all of this happened, and is this the part where she is going to tell us? If this is the part she's going to tell us, I'm going to hold on one part of this recap. But basically, we've been on this adventure all night, and these 3 kids are trying to stop us. These kids are the children of a cult known as Parentage. We thought that Parentage was involved in this somehow, somehow in the disappearance of people. The things that have kind of thrown some wrenches in the gears is we originally were under the impression that all of these entities were people lost on an experimental submarine off the coast. That submarine was lost to some sort of friendly fire and was involved in experimental communications. Edwards Island, which is right near here, is the military base where those communications were based. We've been following notes and guidance from a lady named Maggie Adler. Maggie Adler, at this point, is no longer with us. In the previous game, Maggie was actually still alive. We don't really encounter her, but she's still among the living in that particular story. And Jacob befriended her in her later years and helped her by burying letters on the mainland. We've been finding those letters. We haven't found all of them, but we've found quite a few. Um, those letters are to other people talking about the experiments that they were continuing to do even after the base had shut down. If we open up our map here real quick, we can show you a little bit more about this. We've got this giant triangle in the sky. This is out over Edwards Island, and that was from our first placed transmitter. Our second transmitter was placed up at Charity Point. Um, and yeah, we both kind of walked off from this one. We tried to jump across here and fell. We ended up getting a call from a fisherman who had us check to see if his backpack was here. It was. We called him back and said, "Yeah, hey, it's here. You good?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm good. Leave it there. It's fine. I just wanted to know that it was there." Okay. Um, then we made our way back across here, Benson Creek. This is Jacob's house. We went from here out across through these hills, down to Point Tilia. Um, there was a gate right here. Charlie locked this gate on us and ran off, uh, while he kept calling Jacob Gingerbread, um, a nickname he earned because of an incident where he fell out of his clothing, and apparently the carpet doesn't match the drapes for Jacob, and so he's a redhead, but only from the waist down. So we got to learn about that. And then we ran up here, got the key, talked to a park ranger from another town who's also aware of what's happening. And some of this is the stuff that's happening here with us is reflecting in the next town over. So they're having some challenges. And most people have like given up, gone home, stuff like that. Then we went up to Tega Falls. We placed another transmitter up here. And things went even more haywire out here. Um, trying to remember now. We helped, I think we helped Violet on this bridge. And then we helped Charlie out here. But there's something about the bridges and the water that kind of add to all of the effects because the things have been happening around them. And it might just be for visual effect, but that's what I've noticed. And right now, we need to get to Garland. The reason there's a 3,000-foot line is we have to place the transmitters above the 3,000-foot mark, which means the next one is going right here, up above the Church of the Grand Architect, above Garland Mines. We were headed up this way, only to find that although it's not visual here, there's actually a gate right here, and it is locked with a radio. At the end of our last session, we just got that radio. It was conveniently here at the North Camena Community Center, which is being used by Parentage as their church. They also had some radio equipment there they were going to use to disrupt our broadcast, and we managed to stop them. The kids informed us this is not an action of Parentage at all. They are acting without their parents' knowledge. Parentage is very much hippies, stargazing, stuff like that. And although they do kind of tap into these transmissions, they're not like trying to destroy the world or anything. These kids, on the other hand, specifically Olivia, doesn't want to live anymore. And to go along with that, she is willing to sacrifice herself and everyone else to offer up bodies for the lost spirits that are coming through the transmissions, essentially offering to be permanently possessed, but through actions that will displace her in place of a spirit. So some guy named Alex, who's another kid who went to school apparently around the same time as we did, is on the other side and trying to get through, and Olivia has offered him a vessel. They also mean to take the rest of us as well. So that's what we're trying to stop. Now, the other thing is, we've been having these images, these visions. Started out, we saw a vision of our dad telling us a story. We were angry, and he handed us a penny to keep in our pocket because, as an electrician, he had to ground electricity. So when it becomes too much and it's overpowering, you need to send it into a copper rod and into the ground. And so this penny was there to remind her when her anger bubbled up to have a place to channel it. You heard your name. What's going on? Luckily, Liv, you are a much better Olivia than the one in this game. The one in this game, she's got an attitude and is kind of trying to destroy the world so that she can bring back some wayward spirits on the other side of a broadcast. Uh and doing so might sacrifice all of us so that they can take over our bodies. So invasions of the body snatcher stuff. Well, well. Getting caught? Well, that's one way to be sure that your body will not be available to be a vessel. Because... Off with your head! Thank you for painting the roses. Destroying the world is bad now? Kale, I thought we'd been over this. Conquering the world, good. Destroying the world, not necessarily bad, but destroying the world before we have another one that is ready to be habitable, not so good. So yeah, so all of this happened, and then we started having these visions of this kid. And but if everyone dies, all suffering will end. You know, if we all go into the Matrix, that's also a spot that suffering will end. But you remember how that goes. Some people just need to suffer. And I don't mean that we should make people suffer. I mean that some people need to have a sense within themselves that they need to feel suffering. Um, and that's why they made they call it Zion. Was that the name of the like city outside of the Matrix? The not the Matrix, where everything just kind of sucks and is gray. Um, we've been warned of an ad. What timing? Well, I guess we'll hang out for a minute. I need to go grab my water anyway. I left it sitting in the kitchen. So let me do that real quickly after we read this important message from Frosty. Attention, coming soon to a chat near you. In a world where chat's a wild ride, Violacious leads the pack and onward with the extended Halloween. Doggo alerts and trigger warnings set the stage, while Liv paints the town red. Literally. Heads roll as the queen reigns, but Kale questions the morality of annihilation. Maybe? Tune in for existential musings, royal decrees, and a pupper or two in this gripping episode of Oxenfree 2 Lost Signals. All right, be right back. You really got to get this bot. Liv, if you actually just click on the name, if you're on your computer, it'll take you over to the frostytools.com Twitch channel. It used to be that you just type join and that was it, but now you have to do a couple of extra hoops. You can click over to the website. This is I think this is retention, where it does the little bit about just what am I saying? About ads, where it does the chat recap or trivia and things like that. And then we also have the Frosty Shoutout. Now, I have it set up with a different command than my regular one. Um, this one is one of their more premium features. So if you do a lot of them, you'll end up on a timeout and have to wait until you can run it again because there is a cost to running this stuff. But it does a little detail on this. Oh, and it doesn't have a subscription, so I should really make it not use my emotes anymore. But Liv, the achievement hunting princess, is on a quest for trophies and good vibes. She's been chillin' with Lego Star Wars and PS3 games, all while spreading that LGBTQIA plus love and battling burnout. Join her safe space for casual streams, ADHD adventures, and maybe a few spikes of frustration. Road to 300 followers? More like road to 300 trophies. Actually, I'm going to guess that it's even more than 300 trophies, but that's just my thinking. And our ads have come to an end, so we can continue on with the game. Thank you all for enduring those ads for us, sticking around with us here. We were just talking about the game and doing a little recap and talking about this kid, Rex. And you see this, why am I seeing this kid? Yeah, 300 trophies? More like 3,200 trophies. I had a feeling. I was like, 300? Aren't there games with over 100? And you've 100%ed or platinumed multiple games? It's interesting it's mentioning Burnout still. Yeah, so it reaches back through like the last few stream titles as well. So that's another thing that's really interesting about it. Like if I do something for the holidays at the end of January, it will probably still be mentioning it because it'll be including that stream title, hashtags, go live notifications in the data set that it's pulling from to make its message. So it does get kind of interesting with some of those where sometimes it's accurate and sometimes it's not. I find that for the shoutouts, I generally like it. My brain got stuck between genuine and general. But I don't think like it's not able to detect what we say, but I do think that because of like the chat recaps and stuff, I think it can read some chat. Um, so anyways, we meet this kid in one of the visions, like up in this area, and when we first meet him, he's really angry, and he just got in a fight at school, and we're explaining to him that, hey, kid, like you can't just punch your way through every problem. And he's like, I know I'll end up in jail and all this, and I know it's not good to hurt people and stuff. But he's so angry that when we give him the penny and the speech that our dad gave to us, he takes it and just throws it out into the ocean. We're like, what the fuck? Like, why'd you do that? And he's just like, I'm just so angry and it won't work anyways. Well, we're down here. We have another vision with him at this point, and we're fishing. We're standing on the rocks fishing, and he's still angry, and he wants a fish, but thinks it's stupid that we're fishing because it takes so long, and is it really worth all the effort? Can't we just go, like, get some fast food and just call it a night? Why do we have to do this? And then he catches a fish. Uh, so yeah, so that was the scene before we came to where we're at, and I think the next part that I was going to say is actually going to happen when we walk across this bridge. So here we go. Yay, I have a mouse again.
Could we? Sorry, but could we just take a breather for a second here?
Oh, hang on a
Okay,
second.
not
That's
opportune,
doubled.
I know, but like, I gotta take a second.
Shush, double. Sure. There's no game sound? Oh, hang on. Let me hit that button. So you had game sound and now you have no game sound? Because this channel is supposed to be coming through? Oh, no, it's... Damn it. That's on me, sorry.
Beg pardon?
I'm
I found
pregnant.
out before I took the job. I'm 2 months.
Ah, then I do have a 2020 hearing. Yeah. Congratulations? I'm sorry, is this a balloons and yay type of thing? Or, let me, yeah,
Sure.
let me know there.
Sure, yeah, balloons. Balloons!
I'm answering the same way
Thanks.
that I did when we played
Thank
this the
you.
other day, because the save was just before this conversation.
Okay. I am understanding more why you'd want to take this job. Security, you know? I sense a security. Maybe you're planning to move back. I don't know. Actually, I don't know why I'm talking so much. So I'm just gonna take one colossal, metaphorical step back and let you drive our, little chat here. Starting now. Step taken.
I just
Look,
needed to say
Jacob,
it.
I just needed to say it out loud. I haven't told anyone yet. You're technically not supposed to before 3 months, but whatever.
If you don't already know, which one would you prefer, a boy or a girl? I
Human.
have no idea when you can, identify.
Look, if it's human, I'm happy. Fate can sort the rest of it.
And, any names? And if I'm prying, please say so. I'll just immediately stop talking.
I was actually thinking Rex.
A little boy named Rex? That sounds great. It will look awesome on a Little League sheet. Why that one?
It's their name. Rex. I guess I'll never know how I came up with it.
Because we met him.
So, bird's eye, how do you, feel overall
Sorry for the
about
kid.
it?
I feel like I'll be apologizing to this kid my entire life. I know what they're inheriting. Being mine, they're gonna have an uphill climb.
Don't we all? Maybe this is weird, but, thanks for telling me.
Okay, but
I
don't treat me
appreciate it.
differently.
Look, I don't want to be treated differently, not even a little.
Not even at all, promise. Boy, night of surprises. But it's nice to have one that's different, in the good way. Come on, one last transmitter. I think I know a good spot.
Yeah, now that we have the radio, we can climb up where we tried to before and go all the way instead of getting like halfway up there. Why? Wait. Jacob, why are you going down this way? Because we're going up here. And I'm pretty sure that we went up this way last time and then dropped over like in this area. I do note that our map does not connect. Oh, maybe we go through this tunnel to that tunnel. Maybe that's what he's doing. All right, we'll follow Jacob. Why not? So, our first exposure to the whole, like, she's pregnant thing was on that bridge. Because I didn't have the mouse and keyboard, we missed a couple of opportunities for dialogue last time. It doesn't seem to impact the game. But I think that it does impact our relationships because...
How did my night go from wondering just how many different lights can pop up on my dash to being scared of the power of a radio? That's, like, not a thing to be scared of. Murders. Bad test results. Those count.
So, what is something to be scared of? What's your biggest fear?
Distracting me from fear by asking about fear is, yeah, a choice, but sure.
He's like, I am not
You
answering
ever heard
that.
of an ant float? It's not a dessert.
No?
So, either that's a new species of bird we're naming after me, or that is a phone ringing, somewhere. Fingers crossed for the former. Okay, which did a major bingo square? Payphone ringing in the wild? Yeah, I should go inside and buy a lottery ticket. Oh, dude, you better be packing hand sanitizer.
Hello?
Oh, this is gonna be great.
There. Pause. Alarm.
This concerns Shelley.
Concern. Fear.
Concern? Alarm? What cause for alarm? What concern?
Not to happen. For my own and form of my love sister.
Sister?
Wait, are you.
Shelly will die?
Are you saying the park ranger will die? Or.
Sonar technician John Gerald Shelley aboard the USS Kanaloa talks to a mess attendant about
Venture for her mother. Breathes.
That must have been about the park ranger. That
Yeah.
message on her answering machine was trying to lead us here, so we would tell her something. It
Let's call her.
sounded like, at least.
We should call her on the walkie, let her know what happened.
Yeah, no, I think that's a good idea.
So I totally left
I
out
think
Shelly.
yours is the stronger connection. So whenever you want.
Yeah. So we talked to Shelly, and Shelly's the other park ranger who's trying to like help us out from the next town over, but her sister went missing. Or, no, not Shelly's sister. That was Evelyn's sister that's missing, isn't it?
Ranger Shelley, it's Riley. Over.
Riley, hey, find out anything about that answering machine message I got? Over.
Weird call gave us
Long
bad
story
news.
shrunk, we got a weird phone call, and we got some sort of a warning, and I think it was directed at you. So maybe think about not leaving your station for the rest of the night. Over.
Well, crud. It said I shouldn't leave the station anymore? I was just about to...
Order a pizza.
I was just about to go do a check on another distress call. Do you not think I should go? I sound stupid just asking,
Don't.
but
Don't go, Shelley. Seriously, it's not worth the risk. I'd listen to it. Over.
this is so dumb, but okay, sure, fine. I'll stay put. I can radio in some support from other stations, see if they can cover.
Good plan.
I hope this isn't some... I just hope this is something real. Okay, Riley. Radio if you need anything. And thanks for this. Over and out.
Okay, I just got an achievement that says, just stay put, save Shelly. Hey, Darren, welcome in. And we've got another
These
one
feel
of our
a little more
letters.
considered than random stray thoughts, but okay, Maggie.
Ingrid, stray thoughts. Consider this an addendum to our last conversation. I have no religion. I cannot say it is the pursuit of knowledge, as I gave up the chase quite a while ago. My father was devout, and my mother less so. I patterned after her. Faith in a system where I cannot see its purpose is hard for me. What is the purpose of chemical existence? I've never read a satisfactory answer. Mayhem is the order in which the universe was founded. I think. The stories we take from that mayhem are us trying to line up events in a way that makes sense for our sanity. I'm happy for anyone who finds peace in this ocean. So I am happy parentage gives you some peace. I'm not exactly jealous, but perhaps I should be. M. Okay. You think you're the origin of the knife emotes? Are you saying that the Danger 150 stabby you feel may be the original stab emote? You were the first to want to stab others on Twitch? I feel like it would be so difficult to do that. Okay, so I'm going to use my phone because I don't want to... Yeah, but they all called it a knife because they're less blunt. There you go. Well, maybe not if you're the first knife, but, you know. Okay, I am curious how many affiliates on Twitch. There are currently 2,008,726 Twitch affiliates. Twitch has 9.5 million monthly broadcasters, of which 1.2 million are affiliates. The partners... This is older data, so this is probably not accurate anymore. But it says partners are at about 50,000, 51,000. So if we put this at, let's say, 2.5 million times starter emotes is what, 5? And now greatly increased. No, it's 10 plus 5 animated now. So that could be... How many emotes do we have on this channel? Now I do have to click out of the game. 2, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we have 37 emotes for this channel, but most channels are going to start out around 15-ish. Carry the 1, and then you calculate. We'll just put it back at 2 million because they're not all going to have a full set of emotes. So we'll say 2 million streamers with 15 emotes means there are approximately 30 million Twitch emotes between all of the different ones that people have. Give or take, you know, a few million. Margin of error is pretty high on this. What percentage of Twitch emotes are stab? Shut up. Yes, I did. I am not braiding on a Friday night. It was all those zeros that didn't change. The 75 most used Twitch emotes, meaning an origin. No, that's the globals. I don't care about globals. Are you just globals too? Oh no, skip the subscriber emotes. I wonder how they actually have that set up, because they break it down by streamer, and that could be an absolute nightmare if they're trying to manage that. Braining is hard. I guarantee you that anyone here knows that answer. I like you put 15 times 3 even. Thanks. Discord, what are you Discording about? Oh, that's fine. You're gonna Discord again in a minute. You were a witness. Well, Darren, the thing is that I haven't had to do math in a long time, because now I build programs that do that for us. So I only need to know the formula, not the actual answer. Not that I couldn't give you back 45, but I don't want to. We used to do road trips. So my dad lived in a town called Bellingham. My mom lived in Portland. And so it's about 5-6 hours apart. Never do math in a computer. We'll do it for you. Exactly. Like, why train the computers to do all this stuff if we're just going to use, valuable brain time? But no, my dad would do things so that we would have entertainment for these long drives. And what he would give us is these packets, and basically it would be like, here, you're going to be in this car for 5 hours. Here's homework. We're like, but what the hell? You love that within 3 minutes of entering your chat, you're immediately an emotional terrorist. Never fails. I mean, I want to say no, but you might be right. You're probably right. But you troll in the best ways. It's funny though. It's things like that that are really important, because otherwise you end up with the people who are like, if we take $100 million and 3 million people, we each can get, $1 million. And it's like, no, you don't divide 100 million by 3. You divide 100 million by 300 million, or 100 by 3, and you realize that you each get, no, it's not $3, but you know what I'm saying. All right, radio lock time. Let's bring out the static.
Yeah, we should be able to open this lock now with our newfangled radio, just like we did with the one Parentage was using.
Oh, great. We got lucky there.
We sure did. Okay, we gotta get outside of the regular range, and this thing is really long range. And this scroll wheel's slow. There we go. Touchpad's actually quicker on this one. It's 1/3 of 100 is 33.33333. Yep.
If I was a betting man.
Actually, when I write my invoices, I have to type it out as that, because otherwise it'll actually cut my pay down on 20 minutes. Oh no, I know that's the answer. But they wanted me to do just raw percentages, and because it's 33.3, 20 minutes, they wanted me to calculate it on my invoices as 33 or 33%. And I was like, no, because that's not the right answer. If 20 minutes is a third of an hour, then it's 33.3333, not 33%. Did I do something dumb? Oh, okay. We found the key to the lock. No, kinda. That's all right.
You know, it always blows my mind that someone had to invent the bridge. Like, I know they happen naturally, lightning hits a tree and it falls down and all that. But at least once, at one point, there was some guy looking at a river going, hey, wait a second. We can just go over it. They put this one up in the late 1800s. I guess that's why I'm thinking about it. How people must have looked at it, the bridge. And for some people, it was their only way to work. Maybe it was where they had their first kiss, right? The first fist fight, where they proposed. But now, that bridge doesn't mean anything. It's just,
Ooh.
you know, I don't know. It just makes you think. I don't want to live forever. But I don't want to die forever either. You know what I mean? I don't want to be actual nothing, you know?
Living forever is definitely scarier. Just persisting on without end? No thanks.
Never do your taxes.
It's a conundrum.
No, I want somebody else to do my taxes. I am done with them. I've made them way too complicated now. Being an independent contractor and in different forms with different companies, and some take taxes and some don't, and then having hobbies that make money, and everything has its own category and capital gains, and I'm just like, here it go. All right, well, we're across the bridge. That's a really
Oh, hey,
good
see
point.
that? Not the church, but the behind the church. That's part of the old mine system. We could probably get up there if we find the other end of the tunnel. Which, you know, big if.
Sorry, am I missing something? I mean, hey, who doesn't love claustrophobia and centipedes, but how does that help what we're doing?
Right, sorry. Got ahead of myself a little. What I mean is that the ledge up there seems like the best spot to drop a transmitter. To me. But full transparency, I honestly just wanted to suggest a plan A before it became, let's climb the rickety church tower. Maybe you have other ideas.
Let's try the rickety church tower. Okay, mine's
Yep,
it is.
I'm on board. Let's find the other end.
Hey, you're the one with the transmitters.
But you married her here, so it's not like you can pretend she doesn't exist on your taxes. Yeah. That is a very good point. Now, I'm assuming you end up
Locked.
with dual
Story of my
citizenship.
life.
Is that shared
Huh,
for her as
okay.
well?
Well, less than ideal.
And you're moving there,
So,
where there's
There's
a
a
will.
way. There has to be. Or we'll just keep saying that till we figure out there isn't.
sure.
No dual. Oh, okay.
Cute and creepy. Not your usual flavor pairing.
All churches, chapels are creepy to me. I grew up Jewish, so these places always felt not for me. I always gave them a certain je ne sais creep. It happens.
It's a mixed bag.
Some are awful, some aren't. Like people, like everything.
I mean, I didn't exactly love our temple either, but that's what happens when you're sitting through Rosh Hashanah services for the 10 billionth time, knowing you have video games waiting for you at home.
All right. You'll be Canadian, but if you go broke, she's responsible for you like alimony. Okay. When we pulled out the radio... It was just a coincidence. I was like, it panned to the portal in the sky, but... All right, so we've got the trail down here. Oh, we have a graveyard. And a broken machine.
What is this?
Broken? I'm not 100% sure what it used to be, but that doesn't look functional. Huh. I think I've seen one of these before.
Is it
Working at all?
on? Or working at all?
No, and no, and no. This thing is definitely busted. I wonder what that cable is connected to, and what it's for.
It looks like it was recently active and is still smoking, but, you know, we both have our own ways of looking at things.
1848 to 1892, 1870 to 1892, 1861 to 1892. Almost all of these over here died in 1892.
Yeah, similar story over here. Something bad, I guess? Gold Rush era town. I wonder what happened.
Mine issue in 1892, and that makes so much sense because we ended up in the other mine.
Riley, are you there?
Olivia? Oh, what is
What
it?
do you want, Olivia? Over.
Saw you losers walking in. But you totally didn't notice me. Oblivious. Caught up in your own crap. No one and nothing else could possibly exist.
Huh, how'd I look?
Oh, yeah? How'd I look?
Old. I tried to get some replacement tech off
Hey.
those, whatever the hell they are. It's all bolted together, so I broke it instead.
Oh,
But look, you have no idea what you're trying to, prevent. You can't stop the weather, it's the equinox. You know what that means? You know that thing you saw in the sky? To you, it's the ocean. And you're trying to build a dam with twigs. It's a waste of time. And it won't work.
okay, what are you trying to do?
What are you even trying to do? I'm a little confused because all I saw are some kids running around in masks.
Even if I wrote you a book, you wouldn't comprehend it. Listen, I'm gonna save you some trouble because I know you're just dying to say. You think you know everything, but you're young and blah, 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 vomit, choke, die. But here's my secret. I know that I don't know everything. I don't know how
Okay.
ketchup works, so save it.
It's just tomato and sugars.
There's not much to the condiment, just tomatoes and sugar. Probably some food dye.
Go put some tomatoes in a pot and sprinkle sugar on top, see if you make ketchup. My point is, I know one thing for sure. I know what I want. I know it, and I know I can get it. And I think that's a lot more than most people. Do you know what you want, Riley? Think about that.
God, what an annoying person. I almost said the B word. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's hurry it up.
We've got another letter
Heritage
from.
was trying to recruit Maggie Adler or something?
Yeah, well, one of her friends went to parentage, so of course. Seriously, Canada sent her a thing like you are responsible for $6.50 a month, even if your relationship breaks down. If he ever uses social services, wow. Like, we'll take him, but it's still your problem. It's like childcare. Not going to make any more commentary on that. There's nothing I can say that would be a joke without being like terribly insulting. Ingrid, while I appreciate your attempts to rouse this old sleepwalker, I don't think parentage is the group I need. I'm sure they're good people. You're good people. But I really don't need a social club, and particularly one with such obscure beliefs. I know you said I could ignore the bells and whistles, as you put it, the star maps and all that, but I can't help but feel uneasy with the things they choose to call important. Changing the context of your perspective is manipulation. Ingrid, even if it's for an ostensibly good purpose, regardless, at the end of the evening, I'm perfectly content with my books, my thoughts, and my easy chair. The chattering of the wind chimes is enough for me. Thank you for the invite, M. All right. Can we get to the back of the church? No. And we now know that Olivia smashed this machine so that she could steal some parts off of it. And it's pretty safe to say that she then went this way. Can I please get a bunch of Bean Boozled? Why? Because I really, really hate that idea. I'm like spicy. I've talked about this before. Spicy and sour. I'm like all about it.
Okay, this is how my mind works. I just remembered something. Knock, knock.
All right. Who's there?
Who's there?
Howie.
Howie who?
Howie who?
How are we gonna hide this dead body? Get it?
Yeah, but we don't have a.
Yeah,
dead
that
bodies.
was beautiful.
I know.
Riley, answer. Come on, manners. Riley?
Yes?
Maggots and mildew. You notice that's all that stupid town Garland is? No wonder it was abandoned. It deserved it. I like your vest, by the way. I could never find one I liked. That wasn't like $10,000.
Thanks.
Well, hey, thanks.
Underrated piece of clothing. Few respect them, fewer make them work. It's a shame we'll never be friends. I mean, aside from the fact that you're like 50 or
Hey.
whatever. They tell me you're dependable, reliable, have a big heart. Whatever that means. They say you're a real peach.
We can still be
We
friends.
could still be friends, you know. And I'm actually 100. I just have good genes.
No,
Well
we
played.
can't be friends. Not when I'm done here. It's too bad. I could never find anyone who liked vests as much as me. Maybe in the next life, you know? Maybe then all our dreams will come true and look great doing so. Maybe.
Yeah. So what is this thing?
This is some kind of equipment. I can't tell what it's monitoring. Huh. I think I've seen one of these before.
Is it on?
Is it, on or working? Whatever it is?
I don't think so. Nothing's, lit or whirring inside. Wonder what that cable is connected to and what it's for.
It looks like it goes down here. Thank you for the spikes, our wonderful friends that want to hold you really, really close. Oh, we have the trick and treating off at the moment. I might bring it back for a little bit once we get back to my other computer. I'm house sitting right now, so I'm on the laptop with limited capabilities and low bandwidth, which is not a great combination for streaming. Oh no, there's a rift. Jacob, you ready to go back to 1892?
Oh, wow. This would be the entrance to the caves and the way up to the ledge. But
Gotta switch laundry? Sounds
nope.
good.
Caved in. Not gonna work. Not like this, at least.
We'll find another
We should
way.
find some other way.
Let's just keep looking. Worth a shot.
You never know, right? Check it out. Another one. Wonder what's inside. Or when's inside.
That's a great question, but let's look in the now before we go to the when.
Why are there so many, wires, cords, cables, whatever, leading into that building? This isn't open still, right?
No, no way. And they look, fresh? Sure, we'll call them fresh. Either someone was here recently, or someone is here presently.
Wonder why.
I wonder why.
Yeah, beats me. Jesus!
Oh! That was a lot
Hey,
of
if you're in the
pictures.
post office and you're a human being, answer this,
Huh?
please.
Who's that?
What was that
More
light?
important,
Oh,
what was that
anyone
flash
there?
of light just now? I can
If you're a
barely
human
see
being,
still.
answer, please.
Oh, I know. And what is all this crap?
No, I'm a turtle.
No, pal, I'm a turtle. Sorry to disappoint you.
Did you break my equipment? Over.
I don't think so.
I don't think we broke anything.
Okay. Name's Hank Chapman, and I just took your picture. Assuming you were facing the camera. Otherwise, it'll be the wall.
Lucky
Well, aren't you the lucky one?
I am
usually
enjoying this
charge
one.
for headshots. Over.
That flash wasn't meant for you. Listen, I'm an amateur hobbyist investigator of the inexplicable. And I don't know if you've noticed, but tonight has been... the professionals would likely call it unusual. Around town,
Fair.
I've set up a series of EMF boosters. Equipment I use to capture, well, let's call it evidence of the unusual. Something's been screwing with them, so I need them checked. One of them is outright not responding. I'm assuming the worst. Can you help me out?
Sure.
You got it.
It's a good deed for messing up the picture. Think of it as karma. Now, there's a generator in the post office with you that powers the boosters. Think of the EMF boosters like a safe. You put in the right code, you get to see what's inside. If you spot anything, maybe snap a picture. If you can, I'll make it worth your while. Call if you have any trouble. See you in the obit. Over and out.
I think he's talking
Damn.
about this thing, right? It says EMF on the side here.
Okay, let's check it out.
Well, Hank's EMF boosters, or whatever they are pretty much the only thing we can try at this point. Maybe they'll affect something? I don't know. Let's just see what they can do for us.
It's got a video camera up here. Is this the portrait of Hank?
Andrew Rhines, postmaster 1878 to 1903. Must have been the first.
Huh? Oh, right. First postmaster for the town. Yeah, that makes sense. Why they'd hang a picture. 1878. Wow. Kinda got some Teddy Roosevelt vibes. He looks more easygoing, though. Think that came from outside.
Uh-huh.
Hank mentioned grabbing a picture. I've got my camera with me. Let's see if we find anything flashworthy.
Garland Post Office, established 1878.
Sorry to interrupt you there, but yes, let's take a picture of something if you see anything good. Like this rift that... Okay, now these are running.
So we got some numbers here, or digits, I guess, on the
Uh-oh.
dial.
Just, yeah. Careful. Etc.
One moment while I grab my notebook. Sorry, I muted you so that you wouldn't get the feedback from the headphones resting on the microphone. So we're starting out. I have the weirdest mix of notes. I have notes of streamers. I have notes from stream meetings. Then I have notes from work on UAT test results and my own QA test results while I'm doing unit testing. All just bunched together because that makes perfect sense. Yay, scratch pads. So we have 4 numbers, or 4 boxes, and a 3 with arrows to the left and the right. Darren, if you haven't ever played this one's pretty good. The first Oxenfree, I think I would definitely play it first before going into this one. I like that this one is applying... Oh, no puzzling? Oh, okay. Okay, so we can change the number, but we can only change the one number. Yes, let go. You're terrible at puzzles? This one has more puzzling than the first one did, but it's still pretty mild puzzles. Okay. That's 2. Is there another one over here? Because the one up in the graveyard's smashed. Apparently so is the water tower. Math and science, but not any good with the puzzles. Okay. I wonder if we can get anything off of the third one even though it's broken. No such luck. Our buildings, can we read the sign? No. Oh, wait.
I see benches and some kind of weird flag with a pickaxe.
NWMA Garland chapter. Oh, okay. I think I can guess.
Northwest Mining Association?
No. Northwestern Miners.
Association? The Northwest Miners Association?
That's it. Or at least it brings back memories of 8th grade Oregon State history. This hall now stands as a permanent memorial to the 12 brave souls who lost their lives during the collapse of Latimer Mine Shaft A, dedicated by the families of the dead on this day of February 7th, 1892. Forever in
That
solidarity.
explains the tombstones. Alright, before we go through here... No, we're not going to talk to Hank, huh? Jelly, do you know about parentage? We can talk to Evelyn before we place it. Hey, Nick, can you hear us?
Hey, Nick, it's Riley. You staying safe out there?
Riley, I'm here! Hanging by half a thread, but I'm here! You hearing me? Riley?
Are you insane?
Nick, it sounds horrible out there. Have you lost your mind?
Maybe! The sky, Riley! Can you see it where you are? It's like it's alive! Pulsing and fighting and pissed off! Just look at it!
Okay, focus
Get
on
off
sailing.
the radio and focus!
Don't you see, Riley?
That doesn't sound great.
Yeah, I hope he's okay.
Yeah, I just hope he's smart enough to turn around.
That too. Hey, Evelyn.
Hey, Evelyn, I'm in Garland. Can you hear me? Over.
Yeah, this is Evelyn. I'm at work. Who's this? Over.
It's Riley.
This is Riley. I've been talking to you all night. Over.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know Riley. And don't call Maritime Emergency Dispatch unless you have a real emergency. Over and out.
So Evelyn forgot us even though we're working for her?
Shelly, you ever heard of parentage?
Oh, Lord. God, yes. I have heard of the effing parentage. Sorry, on duty. Try to monitor the language. The number of times I've had to deal with their naked forest dancing ceremonies. It's like, okay, wanna dance naked? Cool. That's why God invented backyards. Over.
Sounds harmless, if annoying.
I mean, look, they clean up after themselves. It's better than a lot of park visitors. Still, there was this one member, though. She died a few years back. Don't know. Wasn't so hippy-dippy. More a scary Harry. More
Scary
scary
how?
than...
How so?
She hated parentage more than me, but she was still a member.
Oh.
Just some bog-standard old lady complaining about how the old ways were dying out. Kids these days, the usual tap dance. I had to drive her back home once after she twisted her ankle during one of their naked dance-offs. The stories she told. That's when it started to get scary.
Super horrific?
I'm talking the gritty reboot of the Inquisition. Apparently its founders were a lot less into naked dancing, and a lot more into fire and bodies. But, pin in that, I gotta do a quick walk around. There are sleeping skunks in this area, and they're not fond of talking alarm clocks. Check back later. Over and out.
I thought I told you to stay in the station.
Take a walk and talk to me.
Sugar. Easy.
Love. Easy.
Dare. Nice.
I miss having a radio with only a few signals.
All I have. My architecture remains unaltered. Things are no longer wholly new to me. The dangerous experiences of youth, it turns out, weren't so dangerous.
I mean, you survived them, so... Oh, there we go. So now there's a hole in space-time. You know, as you do. And then we just step through.
Oh my god.
To 1320.
Amazing. Riley, this is amazing. Look. Like, Mother Earth, man, she is no slouch. Smells a lot better, too.
Yeah, they should have just left it alone. Oh, this is much better looking than any hardware store.
Most hardware stores, sure, but I've seen some liquors. You'd be surprised.
We're gonna exit the tear in the same spot?
The entrance is, or was, here, but I guess the mine wasn't open yet.
No, we're
Not very
even close to
helpful,
open yet.
unless you've got any spare dynamite. Crazier things, right?
You know, we went too
I
far
think we
back.
went too far back.
Yeah.
Okay. We try again? Get back around 100. The only person I can talk to right now. The only person I can talk to is Shelly.
Hey, Shelly, I want to know more about parentage.
Oh, hey, Riley. I just finished the skunk spill. Okay, parentage. I mean, this is secondhand off someone who smelled like they were carved from gin, but still. So I guess parentage goes back like centuries, and a good few of them. There was this freak lightning storm once over Edwards Island, just out of nowhere. This was right in the middle of a wicked drought, so as soon as lightning touched ground, everything caught on fire. And everyone. Hundreds of skeletons. At least that they were able to count. Hard to get a proper number out of ash. Over.
Sounds like a nightmare.
For a reason. And a weird one. Apparently, during that fire, this, thing showed up in the sky. Like this, I don't know, shape. The woman was mighty slurry at this point. Something opened in the sky and showed paradise on the other side, while the earth below it was an actual burning hell. A triangle, or... dunno, she was just shy of intelligible. Over.
Heck of a tall tale.
I was captivated. I mean, once I got past the belching every other sentence. A vision of paradise. But just that, there and gone. An open and shut door. Those who survived called that vision Planetshine, and decided to form a group to recreate it. And thus, parentage was born, with ash on their tongues. Over.
Why the name?
How'd they get that name?
Search me on that one. My mom is weirdly obsessed with Frankenstein, so people are freaks, you know? The old lady told me that for years and years after, they tried to recreate that night. As best they could. So, no lightning, but plenty of fire. And plenty of bodies. For years.
They never
Over.
got caught?
Some people didn't, catch them in the act or something?
I'm sure they did, and I'm sure they were set on fire. The long and short of it, it never happened again. The shape in the sky, I mean. Surprise, surprise. People dropped out, membership went kaput, the thing, ran its course. Couple of diehards, but no more, bodies. No more sacrifices. No more ash. Over.
Well, I mean, you say that, but what about the old lady? Clearly, not everyone changed their minds.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I don't know. There are people who think indoor plumbing is a mortal sin, so you're always gonna find one hanger-on, I guess.
As far as I'm concerned, they're as dangerous now as they were then. Call me crazy if you want.
No, I won't. The old lady was drunk, but there's a difference between drunken delusion and belief. Her conviction was plenty sober. Anyway, don't believe everything you read. I'm getting a call, so see you when I hear you. Over and out.
Interesting.
Tragedy. 12 lives claimed in deadly mineshaft collapse. Latimer Mines no longer in operation. Garland mourns its greatest enterprise alongside 12 cherished sons. Ugh. From 1892. I guess that's when things started to go downhill.
Yep.
So we have 12. We have 1892. And we step through this. We end up in 1320, and right now... I think the answer is these. I think the EMF boosters are actually setting the year that we're traveling to. So this one right now being set to 3, we need to set this to 18. So... Oh my god, do you see this? So this should now be
Oh, hey.
1720.
Maybe we should try going inside the time tear. Just to, see if those boosters did something. Hey, things are, different? Wow, okay. That must be what the boosters do.
Okay, this is cool. So we need the shaft to be open, but not to be fallen. It falls in 1892. But if we change
Okay,
this to...
let's see. We know they're affecting the time tunnel, right? So, I think it's just a matter of getting the right time that the cave's open. The mine, I mean.
Yeah, I think we're on the right track at least.
We already know when the mine's open
Let's
in
just keep
1890.
trying.
Since we can only change the 2 digits, so it's always going to be a 1 at the beginning and a 0 at the end. Oh no, we have been warned of an ad. At what tender age did Macaulay Culkin capture Frosty with a Christmas question already? At what tender age did Macaulay Culkin capture hearts as the clever Kevin McAllister in the iconic film Home Alone? We'll see after the ads, because of course we will. I'm going to set that down. I'm going to go to a quick BRB. We'll be right back in just a couple of minutes. And I'm going to put some music on so you don't have to listen to this grinding.